General William Tecumseh Sherman was a Union general who, because of total war, would spread terror throughout the South by getting his troops to burn down villages to the ground.
Bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh. Bruh.
The Battle of Antietam was significant because, well, it was the single bloodiest day in American history, with over 23,000 casualties, in roughly 12 hours. The battle ended the Confederate invasion of Maryland in 1862 and resulted in a Union victory. This also led to Abraham Lincoln issuing the Emancipation Proclamation on September 22nd. Thanks.
Working, defending my mound with ill sound. My lead, fit fatigue, indeed the underground. Devoted to the fact that I love my queen. The muscle mass from my pen fills sheets with protein. Yo, I trample through your mounds with no detection. Feel the lyrical, intolerant with mental injection. Perfection is described in job skill. Watch me break down the structure of the rhyme and rebuild. Hearts filled, overjoyous with persistence in my heart. Dedicated to the way I make insects depart. I'm a scavenger, hunting your camp and taking victims. Leaving heads scarred and torn when I inflict them. Watch me evict them, cast them out like landlords. My home is a beatbox covered in mic cords. Yo, and light swords, we slice through the dark. Grab a helmet and a shovel and watch the session start. Where the army ants, marching on time with rhythm. Straight line, ill rhyme, variated prism. Refracted light with my God-given skill. I'm digging holes underground, tunneling through hills. So the army ants, marching on time with rhythm. Straight line, ill rhyme, variated.
Music was also a very important part of the Civil War. Drummer boys were used among the troops and ranks of the Union Army, and it was considered quite an honor to play amongst the men as they fought. President Abraham Lincoln had to go through several Union generals before he found one that could fight back against General Robert E. Lee, until eventually he came across Ulysses S. Grant. Ulysses turned the tides of the war and basically won it for Abraham Lincoln and the Union. His most notable victories are the Battle of Shiloh, the Battle of Vicksburg, and Chattanooga. Among the most notable individuals during the Civil War is the Red Cross. They were doctors during the Civil War and were constantly shot at even though they were just trying to do their duty.
Dude, it was a terrible day in Gettysburg.
We barely got out of there alive, man.
I know. Oh, I thought medics weren't supposed to be shot.
They don't really care out here. It's total war, man. Yo, what is that?
Is that a dead body? Yup.
Total war is when a war is unrestricted. That means that the weapons that are used, the territory, and the combatants involved is disregarded. You will do anything with the means of winning. And it just means whoever wins, wins. It doesn't really matter.
Hey, I'm gonna review the weapons from the Civil War, but before I do, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Abraham Lincoln for sending over these weapons.
We like Fortnite! We like Fortnite!
Alright, let's jump right in. So, this right here is a Union soldier cavalry sword. This was wielded by the higher ups in the Union Army, and it was used as a flashy tool to direct, like directing the soldiers to a certain location. And I mean, once they got up face to face, they could also just, attack people with it. What do we have next? Okay, so here is a Colt revolver. It's this was wielded also by the officers. Sort of a hand cannon. It's a single action revolver, so they'd get one shot, just so they would use that. So last up, of course, is the Springfield, which is a rifle that, here, this is what it looks like. This is to scale. This is what the normal infantry would use. It's also a single shot, but good soldiers could shoot about 3 times in a minute. So, they'd take one shot, and then they'd stuff it back down, and then take another shot. So, thanks for tuning in for the weapon review. So the Colt Army revolver was a simple handheld gun that pretty much everybody had or could use, from officers to just normal infantry. It was a single shot, like the muskets in the Springfields. So they'd have one shot, and they could just